Hey, everyone. Coach Curtis Phelan here. Oh, it's jumping around here. I don't know what Facebook is doing. Okay, I'm live, I believe. Hey, guys. Hey, everybody. Today's Thursday. As my friend Todd says, it's Thursday. I'm doing Thursday things. So Thursday, I'm doing business owner things. Okay, so I want to talk to business owners about the revenue that's leaving your business through your team's hands every single day, okay? Not because they're bad employees, not because they don't care about your business, not because they're lazy, because nobody ever trained them, pointing fingers, to capture it, okay? So you have a team member who interacts with your customers every single day, right? On the phone, face to face, what have you. They're good at their job. Your customers like them. They're friendly. They're nice. That's why you put them at the front desk or have them answer the phones or as a greeter, right? Because they're cool people, right? And they have never once been trained on how to have a revenue conversation. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean you have to turn them into salespeople and teach them how to pitch and close and sell and any of that stuff. Okay? Every day they greet your customers. They serve them well because that's their personality, right? They're friendly, they're kind, right? And then they send your customers home having spent the absolute minimum they came to spend in your business, okay? Now, it's not their fault, it's yours, all right? So I've been coaching business owners for over 26 years. I started off as one of the founding coaches for Tony Robbins. I had the unique opportunity to work with business owners at all levels, from startups to Fortune 100 CEOs, okay? And the training gap is the most consistently expensive gap that I find in every customer-facing business that I work with. It's in every business, okay? Not because the team is failing, because the training has never been effectively built, right? And every day that passes without the training is another day of revenue that's just walking out the door, right? It's just leaving through the hands of good people who just didn't know what to say, right? Now, I want to tell you about Elena, okay? So Elena owned a mid-sized day spa, 8 treatment rooms, 14 employees, around $980,000 in annual revenue, right? So she's doing pretty good, right? And she's got, 14 employees. Her clients loved her staff, right? The staff was amazing, friendly, kind, outgoing, cheerful, right? Her reviews were exceptional. She had a loyal, repeat customer base that had been building for over 11 years. Now, Elena came to me frustrated. She knew her revenue should be higher, right? Most businesses, they want to break that $1 million mark, right? So she had tried running promotions, launching new services, investing in new equipment, right? None of it had moved the needle significantly. Actually, it didn't move the needle because those things are costs and they actually cost her profit. Okay, revenue is about the same, profit decreased. What's more important, revenue or profit, business owners? Profit. Okay, got it. So I asked her one question. When a client finishes a 90-minute massage and they're standing at the reception desk checking out, right? They're making their payment or whatever, scheduling the next appointment. What happens in that transaction? See, this isn't adding something. This is just tweaking some little things, right? If you just tweak little things in your business, it can have a tremendous impact on profit, okay? So she said, we process the payment. They book their next appointment if they want to. And they thank them and say goodbye. Now, I recently experienced this, and at my fault, I need to say that because I'm going to be going there probably today or next week. There's a local place I go to, and I, now that I just said that, I just remembered them doing that to me, and I was in a rush, but I should have stopped for a minute and help them, right? So my bad, I'll fix that next time I go in. But I asked, does anything else happen? So I asked her, does anything else happen during that process, or that's it? They have an amazing massage and they decide when they're going to come back. She thought for a minute. She said, no, not really. I said, Elena, you've just described the highest value moment in your client's visit, and you're doing nothing commercial with it, okay? So here's what I told her about that moment, right? This is the key, all right? A client who's just had an exceptional 90-minute massage, they're at their absolute highest possible state of relaxation, satisfaction, and goodwill towards your business. Like there's no other moment, nothing you could do other than that exact moment when they're done and they're leaving, right? Their defense is down, right? Their emotional temperature is warm, right? They're in the single most receptive state they will ever be in their interaction with your business, okay? And you're just processing their payment and saying goodbye. So we spent an afternoon building what I call the checkout revenue conversation, okay? So there's 3 specific additions to what the reception team said at checkout. Now first, like I said, this isn't a sales pitch. They're not going to get nervous or anything like that because you're not trying to sell them something or anything like that. This is a more of a service. This is more just a different way of saying things, right? To really help the customer, okay? To benefit the customer, but also impacts you. So, your desk will have no fear of changing their approach a little bit, right? So it's a genuine, specific compliment referencing the service that they just had, that they just received or experienced, I should say, right? Something like, Sarah mentioned your shoulders were really holding a lot of tension today. How are you feeling now? Right? It's not hard. Now, what this does is it opened a personal, genuine exchange that deepened the client's emotional connection to the visit. You understand? So yeah, they're in their high, they're feeling great, and they're relaxing. Maybe adjust it a little. You want to bring them right back to that moment where they're just feeling amazing, okay? Second, right? Doesn't that make you feel good when you make someone else feel good? That's your front desk people love to do that, right? Or on the phone if you're doing this, bring them back to the moment when they walked out. Reassociate them to that emotion, okay? Second, a specific add-on recommendation, not a sales pitch or anything, okay? Not a commercial, okay? Linked to what the therapist had noted, right? So Sarah also recommended our muscle relief treatment package for your next visit. A lot of our regular clients who carry tension in the same way that you do have found it makes a significant difference between sessions, right? So you don't have to wait to feel this good for the next session. Would you like me to add that to your next appointment? Simple question, right? Third, the rebooking anchor. Okay, now check this out. Based on what Sarah noted today, she specifically recommends you come back in 3 weeks rather than 4 to give this some continuity, right? Shall I look at 3 weeks from today? Okay, 3 additions, 1 training session of 90 minutes for all front desk staff. That's it. No biggie, right? No expense. They're already there. Time is being spent. Let's maximize it, okay? In the first 60 days, Elena's average transaction value increased by $64, okay? Now, her rebooking rate went from 61% to 79%. Now, you might think, that's not huge, but if you add it up, her annual revenue projection increased by over $160,000. I mean, that's not quite double, but it's almost double. From the same client volume, the same staff, in the same services, right? Little incremental increases in multiple areas of your business. This is just one. It compounds over time, right? So not a new marketing campaign, not new equipment, right? One training session that gave good people something specific to say, right? So here's the three-part revenue conversation. You can try, or sorry, I should say, you can train any customer-facing team member to deliver this week. Doesn't matter what your business is, okay? Just take this and implement it in your business, okay? So part one is it has to be a genuine personal bridge. It's a genuine personal bridge, authentic, okay? Authenticity. So immediately after the service delivery, the team member references something specific about the customer's experience in a warm, personal way. Not a script, a real observation. This tells people you care about them. You're paying attention to them. You're not just some other number. Next, right? All right? So this signals to the customer that the team member was present with them. This is something that, I mean, these damn things, right? I'm a victim of it. You know, we're not present with people anymore, right? We're just not. So when someone's present with you, man, that is like life-changing, right? So this tells them you're present with them. You're not just executing a transaction, right? Life has become very transactional in everything, okay? So for a hair salon, I noticed you were, so I'm just coming up with examples, right? So for a hair salon, like I noticed you were telling me about a big presentation you have coming up, right? Or a wedding or whatever, right? How are you feeling about it now, right? This is after they have that haircut, right? They're like, hey, I'm gonna have a big presentation coming up. I'm gonna look all good. I want my nails did, whatever, right? Whatever the service is, right? How are you feeling about it now that you can see how great your hair looks, right? Oh, wow, yeah, it looks great. You know, I know you were telling me about this big presentation. How do you feel about going on stage now? Oh my God, you know, it's gonna be awesome. Everyone's gonna be looking at me, look at my hair, right? Whatever. For a gym, I saw you. Now this is like my gym. Man, I hope my manager or owner is watching. Like I so bite my lip in this gym. They don't give, you know what, all right? But for a gym, there are some gyms that do this, okay? Unfortunately, none of them are close to me. So they recognize it, like my buddy Nick, plug from my buddy Nick, if you're in the Naples, Bonita Springs area, and you want a amazing trainer, my buddy Nick is a former client of mine, is a phenomenal trainer, and he was a GM of a gym here, and I noticed this immediately about him. He walked around and he talked to people and touched people, and he noticed what they were doing, and he complimented them and things like that, right? That is so freaking huge. So huge. People don't realize it for a member, okay? So for a gym, it could be something like, hey, I saw you push through that last set, man, you know, or bro, whatever everybody says now, right? I'm not a bro guy, but, you know, whatever. That's the new term, bro. Everyone's a bro, a man, a girl. I don't understand it. But anyways, I saw you push through that last set, even when it got hard. How you feeling about that, right? Make them feel good. That was impressive. That's what people want, man. Give it to them. That's why they're there, right? The personal bridge isn't a commercial. It's not some plot, right? Its job is to deepen the customer's emotional connection to the service they just received before any offer is made. Its purpose is to make them feel good about their decision to work out at your gym, or get your haircut from you, or get your massage from you, or get your neck or back cracked by you, right? That's what it's designed to do. Make them feel good about their purchase, man. All right? Part two is the therapist-informed offer, okay? The offer is framed not as a promotion, but as a specific professional recommendation linked to what the service provider observed. This shows them you care and you're paying attention. This is what moves the offer from feeling like an upsell to feeling like you genuinely care, and you should, all right? And I'm sure you do, but the clients don't know that, okay? So do this, okay? So here's the specific formula is this, okay? Your therapist, trainer, stylist mentioned that you tend to do X, right? So this is the template, all right? A lot of our clients in the same situation have found that Y makes a significant difference because Z. I would love to set that up for you. Excuse me. Next visit, if you're interested, when I sit like this, I get this like swallowing problem here. I got to sit up straight or stand up. So the framing is personal. It references the service provider's observation, right? It links the recommendation to the client-specific situation, okay? And it ends with a gentle invitation rather than a pitch. It's just a gentle invitation. They don't have to be a salesperson or closer or feel like they're trying to push anything, okay? This is a genuine service, okay? Part 3 is the rebooking anchor. So reframe the next appointment not as a generic follow-up, but as a specific recommendation linked to continuity of the service. Your therapist recommends 3 weeks for this to have real continuity, right? Not waiting 4 weeks or 2 months. Shall I look at 3 weeks from today rather than 4? Yeah, sure, why not? That's huge. How many more visits is that, right, throughout the year? There's what, 5 weeks every quarter? There's 5 weeks in a month? Okay? So, anyways, 3 parts, 1 training session, the difference between a transaction and a relationship, okay? So, if Elena's story resonates with you, okay, if you have a customer-facing team, right, or customer-facing team members who are good at their jobs, but have never been trained on the revenue conversation, I want to help you change that this week. So, comment profit, and I'll send you a registration link for my upcoming workshop when I'll show you how to double the profit in your business without spending any additional money on marketing or advertising. Or comment or DM me double to schedule a personal one-on-one assessment of your business where we'll double the profit in your business. And you will leave that session with an actual step-by-step plan. If you want my help, great. If you don't, that's fine too. You'll know exactly what you need to do to double the profit in your business without spending any additional money on marketing or advertising, okay? Or DM or comment book, and I'll send you a copy of my Profit Blueprint book for business owners. It'll show the complete framework, okay? All the scripts, everything. 12 different strategies, 12 different areas of business, a strategy for each 12 areas of your business to, increase the profit in your business. So comment profit, double, or book right now. Your team sees your customers every day. Give them something to say. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching. I will see you soon. If you liked, let me know. Like it, comment, share with a business owner you know. You want them to do better? Send them this. You want them to make you feel better? Send them this. That's not a hint for them to do better in their business. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon. Have a blessed Thursday. It's Thursday. Do Thursday things. Don't do Friday things.